Cecilia. Weighing a Wet Sponge by Cecilia. How much does a wet sponge weigh? So yeah, ask me questions. You will need a balance, a dry sponge, 2 cups, and grams. First, take the balance and put the 2 cups in the holes of the balance. Then take the dry sponge and put it in one of the cups. Then take the grams and see how much the dry sponge weighs. Then keep adding or subtracting the grams until the balance is balanced with the grams and the dry sponge. Then dip the sponge in a cup of water and let it sit for 1 minute. Then take it out and let it drip for 30 seconds. Next, put it in the cup and put the grams in the other cup. Wait until the balance is balanced. Now you know how to weigh a wet sponge. Wait until it sponge goes in one of the cups and the grams go in the other. Dip the sponge in water. Put the dry sponge in a cup of water for 1 minute. Squeeze it and let all the bubbles go out. Now put it in the cup. Put the grams in and wait until it is completely balanced. I found out that a wet sponge can hold a lot because of all of its holes, and a dry sponge is really light because it has holes and it is not sucking up water. I was surprised when the dry sponge was almost as light as a feather and the wet sponge wasn't that heavy, but the difference between the dry sponge and the wet sponge was huge. I like this project because I've used a lot of sponges in my life and I never got to do what I wanted to do, and that is literally weighing a wet sponge. The end.